What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Gobi. With me tonight is the Leetness,
Ew.
Masami, DrNiggle, Zero Burn, and Omega.
Yo,
What up?
How you guys doing tonight?
back on a podcast.
I'm here again.
You was here last week, but you were absent, so it's the first time we've had both you and he and me and Gobi and Masami and Zero in a podcast together.
For a while.
Yay.
This might be the first time ever that all six of us have been on the same podcast.
Really? Wow.
I don't know. I can't remember the last time we did a six-person podcast.
Zero hasn't been. Yeah, Zero hasn't been with us
Zero.
for too long.
Yeah. Actually, before we get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to the solder community, especially with solder Steph and Ross. You guys have been great. All the stuff you've done for us. Thanks again, and rock on.
Grazie.
Right
No.
on, right on.
I lost my phone, so I don't have the topic list on in front of me, but something about EA Play is coming to Xbox Game Pass next week. Or not next week.
Topic list? What are you talking about? We do this on the fly.
We do
looks
it
like-
live. I don't have a topic list.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for EA Play coming to Xbox Game Pass. I mean, it was a good deal before, and now it's like a really good deal. And with Bethesda coming, it's basically like if you're not on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, then I don't know. It's silly not to be.
Well, it's a good time to cash in anyone who has Discord Nitro. They're giving 3 free months of Xbox Game Pass to all Nitro subscribers. So if you haven't
Oh,
taken
really?
advantage of that, now is the time, apparently. Or at least on the 10th.
Well, if you have Amazon
November 10th.
Prime, you get this Nitro, so that means you get Xbox Game Pass. You get like a year or 6 months of Nitro if you're a Amazon Prime subscriber.
Yeah, but there's 2 levels in Nitro. Which one does it give you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
One
there's like the
one
good
that's-
level and then there's the not so good level.
Yeah. I'm grandfathered into the high level for another 2 years, I think, or whatever, because I opted in day 1.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it's gonna go up to like $100 a year.
Huh?
I don't mind it. It's something I use every single day, and I get some perks from it.
Yeah,
and it
I have
benefits
no.
us.
Yeah, I definitely see the value in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Discord Nitro. I don't know about that so much.
Maybe not for you guys, but I do it for the clan. Because with me having Nitro, I put the server boost to the clan server, so everybody on the clan server can upload bigger images and stuff like that. I think we need like 2 more boosts, and it triples in size again. And there's some other any in live streaming in Discord jumps to 1080p instead of whatever it is. And there's some other benefits as well.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've got one of my D&D servers boosted, and it puts out some great quality. Plus, the increased the fact that I can post 100 megabyte files is amazing, and not as much porn as anyone might be listening thinks.
I was just thinking about uploading porn to the GS server now.
You see, I had to beat the.
Well, yeah, that's yeah. We have a whole lot of
It is an adult gaming clan.
I mean,
there in
18
the terms of
plus.
service.
I'm pretty sure no adult images is an RTOS.
Yep, pretty sure it is.
It's
I don't-
fine.
Is it adult or nude images?
That's good. No, that's good. It's good to question technicality.
Sexual in nature.
Now, if it doesn't
No,
say
I mean-
sexual, there's a
No
difference here.
smutty literature.
There's a technicality
I'm-
that we might be able to get around.
I'm just saying. Otherwise, we gotta ban the map bot because some of the pictures that thing spits out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Which one?
Matbot.
Ah,
Pretty sure
If
we're
your
yeah.
server-
Yeah.
If your server doesn't have Matbox, check it out. They give you some interesting stuff. Just
Matbot
don't
is on
do
the
the
list of
cars
bots
one.
to go.
The
Yeah.
the cars twerking meme is amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's
my
horrible.
goodness.
Yeah, Matbot is
I'm
one of the
not
bots
sh-
that's slated to be removed from the GS server.
It's all right. Yeah. So I started getting back into No Man's Sky. I know Omega and Niggle, you guys played it for a while, and
I saw your
I
post.
I think some things have changed. Like so far, the only thing I can't share with my son is cargo drops or whatever inside like abandoned freighter crash freighters on the planet. You still can't have two freighters in the same system. However, there is a mod for the PC version of the game that allows you to have two freighters in the same system, and it works with crossplay. In order to do it, the person on the council or whatever has to call their freighter in first, and then you call your freighter in second, and it'll come in.
So, but each player still has to have their own individual freighter. You can't like have a freighter for a faction and like share it.
No, no, yeah, it's still a single player game with co-op basically. Um, but they have improved like on the planet. Like obviously resources aren't shared, but they do regenerate. But buried technology modules, knowledge stones, like anything you interact with on the planet now is all accessible from all party members.
Even like blueprints and stuff like that.
Anything I've gotten from like I went to like something and opened it and I got a blueprint from it, my son would go and open it and he would get something too. Whether it's not the same blueprint, I don't know. But we
Okay,
could each
so
interact with it.
yeah, if that's the case, then that is new. Because Omega, or knowledge stones especially, I noticed. Yeah, I would go touch it and learn a word, and then Omega would come over and try to learn a word, and it wouldn't work at all. So yeah, that would be new.
For
And,
me, the best part about that joke was like, you go over there, learn the word, and I run up behind you. It's like, oh hey Doc, we're exploring this cool planet together, and you found this stone. What did it teach you? And then you look at me and say, nothing. Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
That's basically how that works. Like I don't even need to interact with it. I should just learn it because we're there.
Yeah,
and
because
that
I
makes
learned it.
sense. And
Uh,
like that's how it would work if you're in a group. And it's like, no, you don't. I learned it. It's mine. You don't get to know it.
I can see that because, like, say you're playing by yourself and I already learned the word that he learned. It doesn't do me any good to get the same word twice.
But in this case, we both knew like 0 words.
Right, yeah, no, at the time it was just like single interaction objects and they also reset now too. So like I found this nice tropical planet and I set up a base there and I got my son down there and Smurg is going to jump down there with his son and set up base there as well. So we can all kind of be together, whatnot. But there's a bunch of buried technology modules around it and knowledge stones. And so this was like 11 o'clock last night. I'm running through and I collect all these knowledge stones and all this buried technology. And then about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning before my son goes to school, he wanted to play video games with daddy. So I told him, all right, if you go to bed early and you do all your stuff, you need to do, and you get up and you don't fight, you take a shower, you get dressed and, fully dressed, shoes on, the whole 9 yards, you're ready to walk out the door and we got time, we can jump in and play. So I got him in and we ran around and all the knowledge stones had reset. So I went back through and tagged all those knowledge stones a second time and he tagged them. And then when I got home from work today, I ran around and tagged them all again.
Nice. Okay.
That's
So
broken.
I
no,
mean,
it's
kinda.
what it is a server, but because we all play on one server, it does a server reset like every 12 hours.
Right.
So
No,
every
we
12
understand.
hours, like,
Understand the mechanic. I think Omega just means like when you touch a knowledge stone on a planet and you get the word, that should probably be it.
If you can learn a race's entire language by setting up one base around 4 knowledge stones that you can just hit 3 times a day until you learn all of the words of the language, that's broken.
On the other hand,
So you have actually set up a third-party server. This isn't
No.
like
Nope. I'm just a game. It's just I go into No Man's Sky, I hit play game, and I was actually on my way to the Atlas station when I found this. I set up a base and just ran around. And with this last update, Origins, they changed a lot of stuff in the game. Like the last one added crossplay and added a bunch of other stuff, and I think that was kind of like a more foundation update that kind of brought in a lot of the changes, and then this one implemented them. And
I mean, hey, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty cool, and it does sound like it'll make a lot of that grind a hell of a lot easier. But it does still sound a little broken, especially like with the buried treasure or the buried technology, and the just the fact that you can just farm that perpetually.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I farmed it pretty much all day today, and because of it, I now have a Minotaur, a Roamer, and a Nomad Exocraft, and a bunch of other stuff too that I didn't have 24 hours ago.
here's the bottom line. It still requires time for the things to reset. It still requires that you play the game with some frequency. So really, what's the developer's name that I can never remember that's really simple? Hello Games?
Hello Games.
Yeah, really, they're getting all of this out of it that they want. Like, if a gameplay mechanic isn't to someone's liking, okay, fine. But you're still playing the game and you're still coming back.
Yeah, well, I think it basically fixed a lot of the problems that you guys, like a lot of the complaints that I heard from you guys when you guys played it, and which made me hesitant to play it with my son. Um, but obviously I played it after crossplay, and I bought it on GOG, and I let him use my Steam account and stuff so we could play together. And that's how I figured out a bunch of the stuff. So then I ended up buying him a copy, and now my daughters want to play it too because of the creative mode, which is kind of cool as well. It's not like Minecraft, like so the creative mode, it gives you basically everything in the game, but you can't build it. You still got to go and find the resources and mine the resources to build whatever you want. You just have all the blueprints.
Oh, it just unlocks the tech tree.
Yeah, it basically unlocks everything, but you still have to go like and find all of the ingredients and still make the stuff. But there's no like you don't have to worry about dying either. There's no like hazard protection either. Which is, I mean, it's cool for figuring out what the game has and what it is, and for my daughter who doesn't like survival, it's absolutely perfect for her.
Maybe we'll give it another shot sometime, Doc. What do you say?
Yeah, we could. Right after Subnautica.
And after Halo.
Yeah, Halo.
I'll
Halo,
jump
Subnautica.
into the No Man's Ski.
Well, and you also have Subnautica.
Game Pass.
I gotta
Yeah.
get that mod up and running. Like we got to try the Subnautica multiplayer mod, and it seems like they've been keeping up to date with the recent updates and the recent crossplay. And now that it's on Epic, they've made crossplay happen. So
It just crossplay between Steam and Epic, or is it crossplay between consoles too?
well, no, just Steam and
Steam
Epic
and
for
Epic.
the Subnautica multiplayer. This mod. This isn't official anything,
I got
so it's just PC. I mean, and apparently it's still pretty janky in some ways in terms of like quest line completion for different people or whatever. But I just think it'd be a blast to have multiple people swimming around and seeing some of the fucking terrifying shit in that game.
Yeah.
God, I hate the ocean.
It is a terrifying game.
Speaking of crossplay, apparently Apex Legends is going to launch beta next week for crossplay. I know none of us play it, but that's pretty cool.
I mean,
It's-
yeah.
It seems to be the trend of all the battle royales, and
Hey,
better for it.
no, I mean, No Man's Sky again crossplay. I actually play with one of the guys I used to work with in No Man's Sky and Call of Duty, and he plays on Xbox. I play on PC. We just use the Xbox app to communicate, with voice and stuff, and it's great. Crossplay's amazing. But now there is something that I think we all really want to talk about. And I'm really hoping you guys actually read these articles, because we're trying to get sponsored by GOG
I
and all that
can't
wonderful
read.
stuff. Yeah, so apparently GOG is going to allow you to purchase games from the Epic Game Store directly from GOG Galaxy. You don't even have to open the Epic Game Client or anything. It won't be all of their games. At first, it'll be like curated games or whatever, and with more to come.
But that's like feeding the monster through someone else.
Yeah. That just.
No, I agree.
Well, what's interesting is that they're saying it's going to cover your purchases from the Epic Store under GOG's refund policy.
Yeah.
And GOG has a very generous 30-day refund policy, no matter how long you've played, how much you've played the game over that time. So, and Epic, much like Steam, has the 14-day with a 2-hour gameplay minimum window, whereas GOG is 30 days, no amount of game time.
No
Doesn't
question asked.
matter.
Jeez,
So,
really? That sounds really generous.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
we've talked
it is.
about
It
it
And
always.
before.
abusable.
I'm
It
not
always has
being
been.
ripe for abuse, but
Oh, right. But they do have like a way that they monitor it, and if you abuse it, they stop you from getting refunds.
yeah, I imagine it's like a certain amount in a certain amount of time if you do it too
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. So like 3 strikes, you're out.
And it's also like, I bet it's like they could just look at it and say, oh, you've played over those 30 days, you played for 47 hours and got 85 achievements. Yeah, I think
I think you like this game.
you enjoyed this game.
Right. This isn't renting service. No, I'm glad they started doing this. Obviously it's Epic. But it'd be cool if like you get Steam or Humble Bundle or Green Man Gaming or any of those type of things. Bethesda.
Bethesda. It's the Wisconsin outlet of Bethesda. We know. We established this.
Dude, all right. So we have these wonderful clients. We've been working on their log homes, and I've been working for these people for about 2 years, and everything's all great. We finally wrapped it up. We got to go back one more time to stain the interior windows, but that's not for a while and stuff. And somehow we got talking about football, and out of nowhere comes this southern accent. And I mean, like, thick southern drawl, like the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
You talking about sport ball?
No, like the lady, she just like full on out of nowhere, like she's talking all normal, like Wisconsinite, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, straight up like she's from Alabama. Like somebody flipped a switch.
Easy.
It was amazing.
Alabama sports ball. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
hey, dude, Zero, you can say easy all you want. The southern, I love the southern twang. Like it's great. All right.
I guess we can be all right with that.
I mean, it was one of those good shocking things. Like these people are great people. He was a wrestling coach for years, and it was just like completely out of nowhere.
Well, that makes him
Shocking.
a great person right off the bat. I mean, straight up.
Yeah, they call him Coach. His first name's Buck, and yeah, he's
Oh wow.
Dude, I still call my coach from middle school Coach.
Coach.
That's just, he's always gonna be Coach. That's all there is to it.
An American thing, isn't it? You call your
It absolutely is.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
At
Oh,
the,
for
yeah,
sure.
at the gym, I hear them say that all the time to people. They're like, "Hey, coach," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's literally like sitting at the desk doing nothing.
No, I mean, literally Coach the same way.
It's pretty much especially in the South, a major sign of respect.
I literally thought the guy's name was Coach for a while.
We had a the high school football.
Lee, did you think the Kochi in Left 4 Dead 2 was actually his name?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
Awesome. Um,
It's
Any-
amazing.
anyway,
Coach is a very common name down south.
it is. It is. But the football coach that I had growing up for the high school, Coach White, amazing
No.
man.
I thought it was going to
He's-
be like Coach
he is-
Beauregard the third.
He is nice. He is he is an ordained minister now and actually heads a church. And we don't call him pastor, reverend. Nope. You walk into his church, Coach White, every day. That's everybody in the town knows him as Coach White, and that's it. That's all he's ever been called. That's all he ever will be called. And if you see him out in public, he will correct you, and you'll say, "Yes, sir, Coach White," even if he corrects you.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds about right.
Trying real hard to stay away from the priest jokes, but I'm doing it.
Well, we can move on to the VR jokes because Microsoft Flight Simulator is starting the VR beta.
Oh God.
Good for them.
Anybody see how this can go bad?
Fight simulator or flight simulator?
Both.
Like,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be like
both could go bad, but yeah.
it's gonna be just like that that Hugh Jackman movie where he sims that bot in a boxing matches. What is that? Real Steel, I think is the name of the movie.
I thought it was
Raw
called
Steel.
Roblox the movie.
Raw Steel. The chick from Lost is in that.
The chick that got diddled by Peregrine Took. Yeah.
Oof.
Was that the Doctor or Sawyer?
No. The neither. It was who the fuck did Dominic Morgan play in Lost? That asshole from the band that only had the one song that everybody knew, and also he was on heroin. Spoilers, but Lost sucked. It doesn't matter.
The first season was great. It went so downhill after that.
That's the whole. This is a conversation that's going to lead us into Star Trek because J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman know how to do one thing: mystery. Ask
Oh, God,
questions.
we're
They
lost.
have no fucking idea how to answer questions and make them satisfying. All they can do is make questions. That's all that they can do. That's why Lost went downhill so fast.
Sounds like it lost its way.
It did. Thank you.
Womp womp.
Appropriate. Anyway, yeah, no, good for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, VR Flight Simulator. That's gonna be a blast.
Hey, it worked for Squadrons.
Sometimes literally.
Yeah. So Zero, you want to talk about this Shadowlands stuff?
The delay. I was hoping we would get to this. Probably the best move that Blizzard has ever made, and I have to thank Ian for this because the set of brass balls on that man to walk into the Activision boardroom, lay his dick and nuts on the table, and say, "Hey, we need to delay this game because it's not anywhere close to ready, and if we release it, we're going to have the same shit happen that happened with BFA." And apparently Activision was like, "Okay, you can remove your penis from the table, please. And yes, we will allow you to delay the game." They delayed it, said we are releasing the pre-patch, which is going to include all of the level squish and the customization options and the new tuning for all of the classes in the game. The actual physical expansion itself is set to come out sometime later in 2020, which looking at my calendar is sometime in the next 2.5 months. And Blizzard did the right thing, and they said, "Okay, we understand that we gave you a date. You scheduled your time off. If you would like a refund, we will provide you a refund. No questions asked." And amazingly enough, the amount of refunds has not been high. People are actually respecting this. People like Asmongold and Bellular, the two top, content creators on YouTube and Twitch, respectively, have both said that this is the best thing that Blizzard could do, because the game is in such a broken state based off of all of the feedback that's been provided. If you go and look at the beta forums, it's just issue after issue after issue. And Blizzard listened to the players. And this was a great move for them. I think this will actually show that they mean to listen to their customers now, versus, they're going back to BC, to Burning Crusades, the first expansion they ever did. They are listening to their people, to the people. And that's a plus for them, because that's when shit was good.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was.
so who wants to put money on it that the launch does not go smoothly?
Oh,
Regardless.
it's a Blizzard game. Of course it's not going to go smoothly.
Even I wouldn't take
That's what I'm
that
saying.
bet.
I mean, yeah, they made the right move because the game is buggy and all of that sort of stuff. But like, let's not kid ourselves. It's still going to be a shit show when it actually releases.
Right. It just might be a slightly smaller shit show now.
Well,
Yeah.
considerably smaller shit show, considering the day after they did this, they went in and released a new version of the beta that tuned a lot of the issues. There's still a lot there. Monks are still need to be heavily tuned, especially Mistweavers and Windwalkers need to be heavily tuned. The tank spec for Monks is amazing, but the other two specs are just awful, and they need to be thoroughly tuned. Druids need to be tuned. Shadow Priests need to be tuned again. It's just a lot of stuff that needs to be worked out prior to the expansion actually dropping. So everybody is speculating at this point late November, early December. But the issue with that is Blizzard likes to release the raid content 2 to 3 weeks after the release of the expansion. So that would put them, if they did it at the beginning of December, that would run them into Christmas, which will affect the participation. I don't see that as being an issue, because if the neckbeards are gonna do these, if the neckbeards are gonna run these things and try to get worlds first, they're gonna do it whether it's Christmas or not.
I mean, truthfully, if the neckbeards have jobs and they get time off around Christmas, they'll especially try to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, what the hell else is your Christmas vacation for other than hiding from your relatives? And what better way to do that than in WoW?
Doing it in Warframe? Oh, shit.
Oh, Leetness!
Oh, Leetness!
Delete that. Delete it.
The fuck is he even talking about? Hey, Kirby's here.
Yes,
Hey,
Kirby
Kirby.
is here. Everybody say hello to Kirby.
What's up, Kirby?
And Immortal Fear is here too. Hello, Immortal Fear.
Yeah.
I too fear immortality.
Let's see. Let's talk about Call of Duty and how it won't fit on a 250 gigabyte SSD anymore.
That's
I mean-
disgusting.
Did my eye
Fucking
twitch?
crazy.
I think my eye just twitched.
No, it's fucking ridiculous. The last update on PC pushed it to, I think it was 256 or 245 or something like that. Either way, it's just over what you get from a 250 gigabyte SSD, and it's fucking ridiculous. I am
Yikes.
sure it's optimized poorly, but I mean,
Well, see, the big problem is on consoles, you can choose what part of the game you want to install. Because the Call of Duty Modern Warfare has like all these different parts of it. There's the single player, there's the multiplayer, there's the battle royale. There's what's the new part that they added? Whatever it is, it's got all these different chunks. And on console, you can choose which parts you want to install. On PC, you can't. It's all or nothing. And now all of it won't fit on a fucking quarter of a terabyte.
yeah, I was just talking to AK Milkman, and and we were talking about Cold War that's coming out. And I said, I can't believe I say this, but I just hope they can keep the size around 100 gigabytes. It's not something I thought I'd ever say about a video game, but I mean, total size at 100 gigabytes, I can deal with. I'm not saying I want to, but I can deal with it. And it's not horrible.
Yeah, I
But
was taking a look
That's
through my
really
games
good.
library the other day, and I realized that RimWorld is 200 megabytes and Banished is 140 megabytes. Those are great games that I put hundreds of hours into.
The graphics are on par, right?
Oh yeah, sometimes better.
The largest game on my hard drive is GTA, so
yeah, Anthem's like 80 gigs.
You
What is it,
still have
month?
that game installed?
Oh, me too. I need to
I still
uninstall
play
that.
it. I still play it. Mass Effect Andromeda is like 46 gigs. Gears of War 4 is 130 gigs. Gears of War 5 is actually smaller. It's only like 80 gigs.
My
But
biggest game is Middle Earth: Shadow of War, clocking it at 112 gigs.
nice. Yeah, that's what is in Shadow of War that it's 112 gigs.
It is. There are multiple just massive landscapes. It is
Okay.
it is a massive game, but it's also probably pretty poorly optimized. Um, but it is a gigantic open world.
Okay. Nice.
Hmm.
So it's only been I don't know what year did Battlefield 3 release? 2007, I want to say.
It was like 17 years ago or something.
Yeah, so they're finally getting around to the community has finally gotten around to making mod tools and whatnot for Battlefield 3, so you'll be able to mod it. They're not live yet. They're still only for modders and specific testers, but um, some of the things that come out is like a realism mod that basically changes the mechanics of the game and makes it more like Arma without it being Arma. It's still Battlefield 3, but it's more technical and stuff like that. Um, and of course, you can do custom matches. It's like any other multiplayer game that you can mod. Custom servers are a thing. They've added dedicated servers up to tick time, um, to 60 and 120 20 hertz servers. So that'll help with hit detection and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see what EA does with this. This is all community made. Thoughts? How long it'll stick around before it gets shut down?
I don't know. I was just gonna speculate. It's EA. They'll probably try to find a way to make money off it. But
Yep.
yeah, what do I know?
Probably. I think. No, I think that's pretty much the list. Unless anybody
Yeah.
else got something.
the only other thing on the list was the part about Cyberpunk or about CD
Oh.
Projekt Red
Oh yeah.
calling crunch time.
Yeah, the golden. Yeah, everybody was loving them a little while ago. Then a couple delays. People start getting a little antsy. And now, after promising they would not force crunch time on their workers, they announced crunch time until release. A lot of people are upset.
Well, and it's understandable, but of course, with the Cove and things like that, it's kind of forced a lot of companies into doing things that they said they wouldn't do.
I mean, and from what I understand is they're not making them work longer days. The only thing they're doing is making them work Saturdays. So in reality, they got to work like 6 Saturdays.
Yeah, and I mean they are being compensated for that time as well.
True. However, as being somebody who's worked a 6-day schedule in the past, only having one day off a week, especially if you're working 8 or 10 plus hours in a day, it does wear on you after a while. 6 weeks I could probably handle, but much more than that, I would probably go stir crazy. Of course, that was when I was crawling underneath trucks, installing, accessories and stuff like that. So it's not staring at a computer screen all day.
Yeah.
Leetness, tell us a depressing story about your childhood when you had to work 72-hour weeks in a coal mine.
Uh,
I was gonna just say, I mean, at least it's not, fun and games all year round.
A little suffering
Yeah.
is good for the soul, right?
Yeah,
how many vacations you had this year, Leet?
not many. Not enough.
Insufferably
Very bad.
few.
Hold up. No, I didn't. I asked for a number, not many. How
Like,
many?
like 14? It's so few.
I mean, okay, so not many. I haven't had a single vacation this year, so.
I am going away next week. Just FYI.
Right, for what is this, the 5th time or 6th time?
No, I think this is only like the
Well,
7th.
how
or
many
8th.
of them have you
Though-
gone out of the country versus within
He's-
the country?
he
That is
said
an important
7th.
distinction.
Yeah, he said
Only one.
7th or 8th, by the way. Sorry, Masami.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, it's only one out of the country this year. It's been a very bad year.
I know you've been trapped. It's a travesty.
Except for that one time when you deliberately went across and got yourself infected with COVID and then came back to New Orleans and infected
I was
everyone.
just about to say that. Thank you
Leetness,
for reading my mind, Doc.
Leetness is patient 0 in Louisiana.
He just wanted 2 weeks off work so he could go on vacation.
Yeah, no.
No, he didn't really do that. We swear. He actually, no.
Yeah, but it was a
How's
fun
the
trip.
pool, by the way?
Pool's good. It's actually been a lifesaver in these times that I have to stay at home.
Oh man, your
Yeah.
life just must suck.
And then, how's
Masami,
the new puppy, too?
Masami, what was the high today?
Fuck, I think it was 42 or 47.
Yeah. It was a bitter 82 today.
Shut
Fuck
up.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
42 is shorts wearing weather.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but I'm going to Montana next week, so that's going to be nice and chilly for me.
Yeah, you better pack a coat, otherwise you're gonna freeze your bits off.
Yeah.
pack coat. You might want to pack some Under Armour and some long underwear and like some snow pants and a nice
Yeah.
winter jacket and a
It's gonna be
hoodie and
so-
a face mask.
This is going to be so fucking hilarious because Leetness is going to be the guy from Louisiana walking around wearing full snow gear and everything. He's like decked out in thermals that's rated to negative 150. And everyone else is going to be in a t-shirt looking at him being like, yeah, that's not a towner.
I mean, to be fair, it could snow in Montana at this time of year, so it's not actually shitty advice.
That's very, very true.
Poor people. You remind me of the girl from Florida that Omega and I went to college with. We were in upstate New York. It got like 70 degrees out, and she was wearing a jacket.
I'd probably be wearing a jacket.
I'm sorry, I'm fat. If it gets down to like 38, I might consider putting on a jacket. But I'm no. I'm not putting on a jacket unless it's like normally until it gets down into the 20s. I'll wear shorts and boots. I'm that guy.
Because you're insulated like a walrus.
It's
But-
true.
It's a good thing to have.
Oh,
You mean like an
40,
actual
that's
jacket
super.
or a hoodie?
Well, I mean, when I say jacket, dude, I'm in the South. Jacket is Carhartt. There are different levels of Carhartt. So I'm talking like a lightweight,
Okay.
non-canvas Carhartt.
Yeah, so the spring Carhartt.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Not
like-
the winter Carhartt, but not the fall Carhartt either.
I like how we found a language of coats that both people understand.
I am
here.
like, what the fuck is a Carhartt?
Okay, let me explain.
Leetness
Hey,
is the
Carhartt.
furthest south of us all.
What is a Carhartt?
It's a work jacket.
It's a very nice work jacket.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, they're
my wife looks at me every time I pull mine out at the beginning of the year, and she's like, "Are you going to throw that thing away? It's ratty looking. It's got holes in it." No, it's just now broken in. Thank you. No,
All right.
Sorry,
You know how
just wanna-
people
yeah.
have a status symbol like Prada or Gucci. It Carhartt, same thing.
Yeah, for me
Carhartt.
it's just jacket or jersey.
It's a
Those are
Carhartt.
that's the two levels of what you get.
But what was that, Doc?
Nothing. A little bit of Boston accent coming out.
Talking about the Carhartt?
Talking about Carhartts. Yeah, that was. So yeah, crunch time in CD Projekt Redland, but could be worse. I don't know how I feel about it necessarily. They've pushed the product back at least 2 times now. 2 times from April to September, then from September to November, and
Yep.
the community has been extreme. From what I can tell, the community has been like very accepting of that decision. So
Right.
I'm not sure what the push is about, or maybe they're just like, no, we're not going to do it a third time.
It should
but-
be noted it did go gold today.
Okay.
So I don't. Yeah, with you. I'm not quite sure what the whole crunch is, but it did go gold the day, which means they basically said it's ready for release. So
I mean, clean up and stuff like that. That's a real thing. That's it probably needs a little bit of polish. It looks like it's going to be an amazing game, but it could just require that little bit of polish because they don't want to release a game that's not to the standards that they hold themselves to. Because they've put out some real winners.
well,
Yeah,
The
they
Witcher
definitely
3
have.
kind of set a high bar there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I don't believe that CD Projekt Red would not have a finished, beautiful, polished product and put out the image today that they did of the breathtaking Keanu Reeves holding a golden disc.
I mean,
Just
Keanu
the
would
massive
not
day
want.
one patch.
Yeah, right. 16
that's
gigabyte day
standard,
one
so-
patch. No, for them, that would be a
256
death
gigs.
rattle. That'd be like the end of the whatever the street cred that CD Projekt
Love
Red has.
Train.
That too.
Yeah. No, so just curious. I'm pretty sure everybody in our little circle here is picking up Cyberpunk 2077. Where
I
are you
have
guys getting it at? Oh, that's right. You were lame and bought it on Steam already, didn't you?
I bought it somewhere.
I love how you don't even
Oh.
know where. That's great.
I can't remember where I
Yeah.
bought it, but
Steam.
it's definitely there. It's done.
Oh yeah, GOG.
Masami, you're the only one I'm not sure about. Are you picking it up?
I will be, but it might be with Christmas money, depending on how budgeting goes. So I have not pre-ordered it yet, but I do eventually want to play it. I have enjoyed all of the Witcher games, although technically I didn't play the third one. I've just seen my husband play it like 2 or 3 times, so I consider that pretty much good enough. But I played the first 2 myself, and like Cyberpunk kind of rests back on some RPG roots too, so there's some fun there, because the RPG book is coming out with near alongside the actual game release. So
Kirby actually just
things
did
I'm
mention
looking forward to.
the comic book. But I also, I wanted to say there's nothing wrong with not pre-ordering.
Nah.
It's probably good that you don't. I haven't pre-ordered it. I'm not going to. I will buy it when it's released.
I
You're
didn't
doing it
pre-order.
Bad idea.
I'm still
No,
debating.
I'm not gonna lie, I did pre-order Shadowlands, but that's just because when I pre-ordered Shadowlands, I got 6 months worth of game time, or 2 months worth of game time with it. So I mean, I'm not
Did you
upset.
pay for it?
What?
How much was Shadowlands? How much you pay for it?
$49.99, and it came with
How
2
much-
months. and it came
How many
$50.
hours? How many hours have you put in the last 2 weeks into World of Warcraft?
More than I care to admit.
But
In
he's
fact-
found a better game now.
In fact, I believe there are probably a few people in the chat right now who could tell you how much time I've put into the game in the last 2 weeks.
I'm watching. If anybody wants to call it out, I'm watching.
Yeah, please. I mean, I'm just assuming we're gonna assume it's at least 50 hours, which means
Oh,
I mean in
at
2
minimum.
weeks.
At
Adam,
minimum.
A week or
Well, no, I said in the last 2 weeks.
That's
I-
lowball, dude.
I was
You're
saying 50
lowballing
a
me.
week.
Yeah, see, Cable Monkey. He said it a lot.
Yeah,
Right,
I said like
so-
100.
So you already got your money's worth, even though
Oh,
Shadowlands hasn't
absolutely.
even come out
Well,
yet.
And see, back to the whole crunch time thing. The people when the Blizzard thing was announced, I was logged into WoW at the time when that was announced, and I had to turn off trade chat because it became so toxic. People saying, "Well, I pay Blizzard to provide me content, and they're going to go and delay this." And one person restored my entire faith in humanity by saying, "If you're going to say that, and you've got Cyberpunk 2077 pre-ordered, you need to get off of WoW and stop, because." If this is the one delay that they've had with Shadowlands, and CD Projekt Red has pushed theirs out multiple times, which there's not a problem with that. Again, I have no issue with any company pushing out a game because that just means they're attempting to polish it. But if you're going to rail one company for one, but there's another company that you're supporting that has done 2 or 3, and you're still supporting them, hypocrisy.
Much?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean,
I'm
I don't
just still
think
impressed that you actually have trade chat displaying at all. I turned that crap off like all the time.
Oh no, I've got it turned off now because all it is now is just boosting before the pre-patch drops, and it's getting annoying.
It's good for comedic relief sometimes.
No, it's the only chat that is worse, and Masami and Eliteness will know what I'm talking about. Baron's
Baron's
chat. Keck.
yeah.
Like, I didn't play a horde, but I still knew that Baron's chat was the most awful thing, and trade
No.
chat is nothing but toxic shit.
It's true. Baron's chat was awful. It still is awful.
I get a taste of it every once in a while when some of the alliance on my non-PvP server would just get it up their butt to go and like invade the horde area, and then we could see Baron's chat, and we were like, yeah, this is why we don't come here.
Right?
Yeah, that was the worst when they'd come and just kill all the NPCs as well. Fuck, I hated that. You're trying to level.
Oh yeah, they do horde come and do the same bullshit to the alliance, so I mean we had
Well,
to do it back.
Well, it's
That's
just because the Alliance are dirty. That's
yeah, you're a filthy alliance. That's you deserve it.
The horde are bathed in filth, but I don't think we have time for this little argument here.
Fight!
Nobody plays alliance.
Fuck that.
Oh god,
I don't even know
love
what you're talking about, but yeah.
it. Gobi's sitting over there in the corner going, "Ooh, look, Legos."
Just go watch the
Faith?
movie and you'll get like a small taste of what Warcraft is.
No,
Oh, I
God,
have. I
Please
watched
don't
the
watch the movie.
I
By
watched
the way,
it.
How dare
The
you
only way I know anything.
how dare you besmirch the hard work that Travis Flimmel did?
by the way, speaking of, they actually have said that there is a good possibility that with the new leadership that is taking over at Blizzard, that there will be a second Warcraft movie.
Of course they will. My
It's
God,
almost-
it's a gold mine in the Chinese market.
It's almost like 100% confirmed at this point, though.
Will Travis
It's-
Flimmel be returning?
There's going to be a second Warcraft movie for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
right,
gonna
but-
be, and the thing, based off of what I've heard, it's gonna be they're gonna introduce Arthas in this upcoming one.
I mean, that's all going to be like. Now we're just talking
Speculation.
hypothetical. Yeah, speculation. But
Well, I
there
suppose
was
the Chinese gold miners have to have something to watch while they're mining the gold in WoW.
yeah.
Actually, that's kind of stopped with the WoW token. People have stopped
Oh.
paying. People have stopped paying Chinese people to do it, and they just give Blizzard $20.
Well, technically, you're paying the farmers of gold still because they're selling their gold for game time or
Yep.
a WoW token.
I I will say, as somebody who's never played World of Warcraft or anything about it, and going into the movie knowing exactly what it was, yeah, I did learn a little bit of World of Warcraft. But as an action movie, it wasn't horrible.
Story-wise, yeah. What did everybody learn from Warcraft? The evil guy is evil.
He's green and I can't remember his name.
No. I'm talking about
Medivh.
Medivh. Yeah, Medivh. He shows up on screen and he starts talking to him like he's the bad guy. I bet
Yeah.
Chris Metzen wrote these characters.
He didn't even need to speak. He just showed up. It's like, oh, there's the villain. Cool.
That had Chris Metzen written all over it.
Yeah.
I have not seen the movie yet at all, so I was just kind of like, it looked cool, and then I just heard things, and I haven't been either drunk or bored enough to give it a shot.
It's like that fucking.
You,
that
you are
fucking-
trapped at home for COVID. You need to watch that movie.
Okay, have a movie night on Discord, and we'll do it.
I will do it. I will do it.
Yeah, I'll watch that again.
I mean, yeah, I mean, as an action movie, it's decent. I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, so I don't know the lore, but the end was, I like the little twist at the end. That was neat.
Yeah, I can
like
fap to
big
that.
Green men running around.
Well, but okay, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything. Nope. Masami hasn't seen it yet. Nope.
Yep.
It's
no,
what-
no, we
it's-
can't spoil it.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Speaking of movies,
Um,
on the other hand, not a gaming movie, but a movie that I think maybe we haven't talked about this on the podcast. The new Dune movie, the remake.
Oh, yeah, it
has
got
been-
delayed all the way to end of next year.
Yeah,
Oof.
October of 2021 at the earliest, according to unofficial sources. And I don't know if that's due to COVID. I don't know if that's due to whatever, just production problems or whatever. But I can say that the Dino De Laurentiis produced Dune from 1984, 1985, that had, I can't remember the director's name, David Lynch, directing it, was a colossal fucking flop because the movie studio told David Lynch, you have to crunch this into a 2-hour feature release. And David Lynch is, what are you kidding me? There's like 4.5 hours worth of material here. And they were like, nope. So he ended up cutting it up, and it was pretty subpar. So if that, maybe they have hit that wall at this point
No.
in production.
So, what is the studio's promised? It's getting split into 2 movies. Literally, the first one that's coming out is the first part of it.
Called it. All right.
Yes.
All right.
As a Dune fanatic, me and my husband have been following this one closely. I pretty much attribute it because this movie's been wrapped for a little while. That Warner Brothers really wants this in a theater and wants to put people in the theater, and that's not happening because of COVID. So they don't want to do any kind of digital release unlike what Disney's been doing or any of that bullshit. They literally want to pack the theaters. So
We talk
You
about
mean,
the
you mean
Disney
what?
shit for a
You
minute?
mean what Disney was doing? They are no longer doing this because they lost so much money on Mulan.
I heard it
no,
was not great either. So
Oh, no. But there's actually Disney did something else this last weekend. So they've been re-releasing movies to the theaters. So obviously it's October, and we all remember the 1993 movie Hocus Pocus, right?
Yeah.
It's still
love
number
that
one.
movie.
Bette Midler, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
It's a
Anyway,
classic.
right. So opening day back then, it made $650,000. They put it back into theaters this last weekend. How much money do you guys think it pulled in?
Couple
20
mil.
$20 billion.
$1.97 million.
Good
Nice.
lord.
You were way off, Niggle.
Like all they
Quiet
did
you.
was here's these reels again. Replay this movie from 1993. Disney
It's
did
like-
nothing and made $2 million.
It's like a cult classic with our generation of people. Like all of us kind of grew up with it. Like I was an elementary school student when that shit came out, and that was like awesome. So
I don't even
Well,
remember.
What's
who
bad
played all
is
the
people
witches.
went in and paid to see this movie again, and they're showing it 18,000 times a day on Freeform right now.
Hey, now Bette Midler needs royalties.
It's also on Disney Plus too. I mean, you can watch it for free on Disney Plus. It was free on live TV on October 1st, and yet people still paid $1.9 billion to
Gobi.
see it in theaters.
Gobi. So you can't watch something for free.
Billion,
You
million,
can't watch
million.
something for free on a streaming service which you pay a subscription fee to.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
like-
I said it's on Disney Plus, but it was also on free TV.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I have Disney Plus, so I could watch. The kids were like, "What's Hocus Pocus?" Excuse me?
Wait,
Oh God,
can you
that
even
had to be
Fucking
corrected.
sit your ass on the
ASAP.
couch. Education time.
can you
Yes,
even
good.
get
Good job, Gobi.
can you
Good
even
for
get
you.
free TV anymore? It occurs to me I pay for a
Yes.
cable package too. I have to because they're playing what like 30 Days of Halloween on FX or something like that, and they're gonna be playing Hocus
Yeah, on
Pocus.
Freeform. Yeah.
But
It's not
yeah,
free.
regular, I know.
Yeah,
TV.
I was gonna say Antenna. You can pick up your locals, but outside of that, you can't pick up much
Okay.
because everything else has gone digital.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
TV used to be free.
Used
Not
to be.
anymore. Not anymore.
I
Everybody's
remember
determined
when
to
payphones were a
swing.
thing.
Repeat that, Doc.
I remember when payphones were a thing.
Oh yeah, me too.
Dude, my kids saw a payphone for the first time, and they're like, "Dad, what's that?"
I saw a bunch of teenagers taking a picture of a payphone with their cell phones the other day.
Oh God, yeah, the time before cell phones where you had to rely on a payphone being nearby and hope to God your relatives didn't mind you calling 1-800 collect.
No,
Yeah.
my favorite thing is my mom gave me a pager, and if I got a page from my mother, oh my God. If I was not near a payphone, I needed to run to the nearest house and bug the person, even if I didn't know them, to call my mother. Because if I didn't and I came home without calling her, oh God.
Don't you live in the land where everyone has a shotgun?
Yes.
But he's a kid. At the time, he's a kid. It doesn't matter. He knocks on the door. I need to call my mommy. Here's the phone, son.
Not mommy.
He's 16 years
Mom.
old. He's 16 years old and says, I gotta call my mommy.
I mean, that would actually be a valid thing, like in the small town that I went to school in and grew up around. That would be absolutely a thing. Like if some kid comes to your door and needs to use your phone, you let them use the goddamn phone.
Well,
Yeah.
and by the way, Gobi, I'm in the South. It's not mommy, it's mama. Okay? Mama. No Y. MOMMA.
Yeah.
Mama.
No, I mean, some places it's just mom. But yeah, it's sarcasm. It's all good. We know.
Mommy.
Oh,
I'm gonna drive up there and just smack a shit out of you.
you know what? You
Only
drive
if
your
you-
fucking ass up here. Because I got a fucking roof to put on, and you can help me. So come on up.
I'm too fat to stand on roofs. I would go through. Um,
Well, that's why
We
he
need a
needs
ground
you
guy.
so that. That's why he needs you
There's-
so that he can make sure the roof is stable.
You can ground the ladder.
oof.
There's plenty. I mean, you got to hand up sheets. I mean, you can run a skid steer if you're talented enough. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do that doesn't involve being on the roof.
Let me hear you
Drinking.
say sweet potato.
Sweet potato? What?
Leetness?
Sweet potato.
There you thank you.
Oh God! Thank you, Leetness. Oh,
The mystery potato.
thank you, Herbert.
I'm yeah,
Oh, God.
90% sure that Kirby was making a Reno 911 reference.
I haven't watched that show in its entirety, but I need to.
It's on Quibbly. There's a season 7 on Quibbly.
Nice.
It's been renewed for another season on Quibbly too. Before that platform crashes and burns like the unpopular piece of shit that it is.
What's Quibbly?
Quibbly is this brilliant streaming platform that some guy poured $2 billion into. And his whole idea is TV shows that you watch on your phone, and they're no longer than 10 minutes each. And nobody went for it.
Oh, I
I
don't
mean, there's
know.
10
We've
minutes.
got Hulu, Netflix.
Why don't you
Disney
bump it out
Plus.
to like 15 minutes? And isn't that like the standard length of an anime?
They need to be 20
Yeah.
seconds, and then that's enough.
like 20
Pioneering,
minutes.
yeah, pioneering the 10-cent internet comedy. Honey, I'm home. Oh, great. Dun-dun-dun-dun. The end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at TikTok did it.
Oh my God, yeah.
You got a great episode 1, Doc. Give us episode 2.
I'm hooked.
I'm ready to binge watch. Let's go.
Episode 2. Daryl, the sink needs fixing. I'll get my tools. Then Daryl bends over and farts, and she makes a little. The end.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah. We need to make sure. I
can't
will
wait
make
for
sure that this
episode
doesn't. I will make sure that this stream doesn't get posted, so nobody steals Doc's idea, so that we can get this thing rolling.
Oh yeah, money in the bank.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I think we are probably there. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
everybody,
Yeah,
dance
about
party?
an hour.
Little
It
dance
is
party here?
time. It is
Yeah.
time.
Well, thanks all for joining. Thank you all for listening. And peace out. We'll see you next week.
Later, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Penis.
Pinhua.